Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome to Advanced Guitar video number 11. In this video, we're going to talk a little bit more about taking chords and working them into a riff along with some melody. So you're kind of doing a bit of both. You're not just like hanging out on a chord, strumming that fella. You're going to be doing other things along with it. As usual, we're going to hang out in G major / E minor. First chord I'm going to work on here, we're going to go from the dominant chord, D7, up to an E minor chord. Now these are just little cheats. I use these little chords, work really well. And what you're doing is you're grabbing the 1, 3, and the 7, and you're skipping the 5. So in that E minor case, we got the 7th fret of the A string, 5th fret of the D string, 7th fret of the G, and you get this minor chord with minor 7. Slide it back here and bring, if you were to take that same shape, move it back 2 frets, and then move the pointer finger up a fret, now you get the dominant shape, okay, which is 5th fret of the A, 4th fret of the D, 5th fret of the G. Same type of 7th, just different 3rd, okay? Now that's our major shape, and you move that around, same shape always. So the 3rd fret of the low E, 2nd fret of the A, 4th fret of the D. You get a major chord with a major 7, okay? Those are the shapes we're going to be working with, really, just those 3 for the most part. But what do I mean by taking these chords and then working melody in? Okay, stuff like that. And it's pretty simple when you think about it. You see dudes do this, like Tim Henson's a freak, but really what he's doing is a lot of that kind of stuff, only really fast, really clean. But what you're doing is taking the key, using those chords, and then using notes from the key. And so all I'm doing is looking at all the notes I can use because we're in G major and kind of working around them. Now what's cool about G is you got all the opens. So you can grab an open to reset and grab like a lower chord or whatever once you've slid up too far. I'm up here, but I want that guy. That's not so bad. It's right there. But if I want to be back there, I might not be able to make it, or I might like that slide in there. Okay. So we'll start with a small example, and you can strum the chord or pluck it like I just did. Okay, so right there, the pinky's gonna slide from its spot at the 7th fret up to the 9, back to the 7, 5, 3, and now you can hit that dominant chord. Okay. So then you just build from there. Now let's say from the dominant, you want to go to the 3 chord, or back there for the 3. Now it's both spots. Just depends on where you want to go. See how I was there? So when you do this kind of stuff, you have to slow down a minute. Think about how you're gonna use your hand, like the fingerings. That classical guitar, you're gonna see a lot on the page about fingering and what's going to make sense. But if you're writing this kind of stuff, you're going to have some trial and error. I went to the wrong spot. We went to the 3 chord. I'm stupid. Now, you've got a nice little slide in there. You're going to land it there. But you also have to pay attention to that. Where are you landing while you're grabbing the next chord? Now, another option is to go open. Now you can go open and grab the 7th of that 3 chord that you're going to make there. Or you can go open, let the open ring, and then build the chord on top. So let's start over. And then you end up at 1 off that dominant that second time, something like that. I'm not intending this for you to learn like some kind of riff of mine and run with it. I'm just showing you like the thought process behind making something like that. Is you just and hang out there. It's technically where you diminish to be. Oh, sorry. I got a little in my throat. Anyhow, so that's the concept behind these things. And then, like I said, someone like Tim Henson would take something like that and start adding pops and all kinds of breaks and crazy stuff and play it like a maniac. I'm not that good. This year is for like the beginner weirdos. Now, having covered that though, we're gonna throw a little gain on. We're gonna take that same idea and kind of work it into, like, say you're wanting to play like a lead of some kind. Now I screwed myself there. Okay, and you got to use your ear and find the notes that you enjoy, and then you can start working in sharps, flats, and such. Yeah, we got time. I'm trying to keep these videos kind of shorter, around 10 minutes. But let's cover real quick what happens if you throw in a secondary dominant. I'm going to show you first what notes are around the original dominant. Okay. Well, if we're in G major, right? Those notes land like that around that chord. So, say you played one there. Those same notes are going to land that same way in relation to that one. Or if you did one here, same deal. Just think of that chord as in the middle of a cluster of those notes in that shape in that major key. Because now, remember, if you do secondary dominant for that moment, you're in that key, right? So if I do the dominant of the 6th there for that moment, we're kind of you could think of it as E minor still, or E harmonic minor. That's how you would get that in there, right? E harmonic minor. Or you can just remember what I just said about the dominant in all major keys is going to have those same exact notes in that shape around it. And there you go. Bob's your uncle, so to speak. So what happens if you throw that secondary in there. Now that's secondary to the original dominant, which is an odd way to resolve it because you didn't go to the 6th, and it's going to sound a little bonkers. It might make people wonder why you did that, but it doesn't matter, it would sound cool. Now let's stop fooling around though and resolve it the right way up to the 6th. So you can have that cool noodle through that guy, like for if you're playing. A lead of some kind. So I like to do that a lot. Once I find the shape, you know, and a key where it's at, if I'm going to use the secondary of it, I just memorize the shapes around it. And then I can move that around with it, because chances are you're not going to like completely change keys in your head and be shredding out up here. You'll probably still kind of hang out near that chord to a degree, right? So anyhow, there's that. Hopefully that wasn't too discombobulated. Hopefully you learned something from it, and we'll expand on this later over time. Like I said, this is an advanced guitar video, so it gets murky as to how long you make the video and how much into the weeds you go per video. So have a wonderful day. You're going to do awesome. Thank you for watching.